that's Turnstile. And that the guitarist you just heard was Brady Eert, but guess what Brady did? He did the ultimate sin. He said he doesn't hate ice. Former Turnstile guitarist Brady Eert has taken aim at his former bandmates on social media this week. Eert also resurfaced with a new project, The Set, which we just heard. The exchange stemmed from a post shared via Turnstile's Instagram stories featuring a sign reading, "Abolish ice, you guys," which was reposted by Jesse Lee on Instagram. Eert subsequently weighed in with the comments Eert shared, laughing my ass off. No one in Turnstile cares at all about ethics or social issues in general. They're just pandering to their audience. At Turnstile's first free show, they claimed all proceeds go to healthcare for the homeless. We raised $10,000, but I watched Brennan steal $400 from that and claim he needed to pay the merch bill, which was false. Actually, I don't really mind if you raise $10,000 and steal $400. I think the charities in America require some insanely small number goes to the actual cause. Way too small of a number, like 15%. I think I'm good with 80% goes to the cause. Even with BLM. Yo, what does they say? Hustle recognizes hustle or something? Gangster recognize gangster?
Game recognize game?
Game recognize game?
Something like that.
You guys raised like several $1 billion with a hustle, a scam, don't get me wrong. You deserve your own runway and 4 mansions. That's the way scams go. Pablo Escobar had some nice. He had a good scam going too. Illegal cocaine manufacturing and distribution. You know El Chapo started all that with marijuana, right? El Chapo invented the female plant.
El Chapo?
What?
Not El Chapo. That would have been...
Yep.
Really? What? No.
No.
A female plant of marijuana?
Isolating it, yes, and making super weed. Huh. And you can Google it on your own time if you're happy. If you don't understand what the about, you should probably know though that I'm wrong before you call me out. And so then he started distributing it, this new super weed, which the isolated female, and then the infrastructure was there. Okay, I might as well send cocaine up these same routes. But he was like a weed nerd. Young El Chapo was. And it makes sense because when I was a kid in the 80s, we didn't have weed. I mean, my parents had a garbage bag full of weed that had seeds and branches in it that would pop when you smoked it, and you needed like 7 joints to get a buzz. We did hash, bottle tokes. And then now, no, you can't find hash anymore. Maybe in Britain.
Not for years.
So, yeah. So he goes, guys, you're being, and they go, you're out of the band. He goes, I know, I'm starting a new band. And I mean, that song we just heard was all guitar. That's what made the band. This is a trend now. Metal and hardcore are gay and it definitely had an element of that when I was in the scene in the 80s. But as I will probably focus on Clash Day, spoiler alert, we had nuance. Green Day loved America and Budweiser. Fear loved America and they were right wing. Johnny Ramone was right wing. Even the Clash, Joe Strummer's brother was in the National Front and killed himself for the stigma after he was, persecuted and ostracized for his beliefs. And I think Joe has a lot of sympathy to guys like us. So, and Lemmy collects Nazi paraphernalia. Well, he did before he croaked. So did Ozzy. Ozzy loves all that. All Ozzy does in his spare time, was watch World War II documentaries about the Nazis. Like, you were allowed to be taboo before Obama, basically. And I don't mind if indie rock bands are writing anti-ICE songs, which we have a few of here, including No Jesse music. But metal and hardcore, you're supposed to be dangerous. Like, what did SNFU sing about? The Cannibal Cafe, where you go to eat people. Like Cannibal Corpse. You're supposed to be scary, death metal. And you're like, yes, we do eat people, but not people of color. They deserve to be free. So Reflections are in the exact same boat as Turnstile, doing this virtue signaling, which is particularly egregious in this. 2 members quit Minnesota-based metalcore band Reflections. They blame their ice apologist vocalist. Just like Turnstile guitarist Brady Eert, their vocalist doesn't hate ice. What's going on, Jake? Jake has always had control of the band. There's a reason Patty left, even though he is the primary writer. Jake is an ice apologist, and I will not someone like that. Ooh, I like that you said so edgy. And it's so black, too. I don't give a flying what we've been through. I cannot trust a person who thinks this is necessary. You don't trust a person who thinks that borders are necessary. Sorry to keep harping on it, guys, but tell me your scenario. There's no ICE? There's no immigration enforcement? Okay, you realize that means there's no borders. And what is a country without borders? It's nothing. So what you're saying is abolish America. Okay, that's a view. But please know that is one of the most esoteric and radical views a human being can have. And it involves genocide, just so you know. It involves mass murder. It involves rape of kids. Actually, you know what? I just realized live on TV, that is kind of metal. You want to destroy America and get children raped. Okay, that's way more than Wasp and Alice Cooper with his fake guillotine. You really are into death. Go back to that. It's about Jake. The Jake. And honestly, I think we have every line. And honestly, if you support this ice. And instead of getting into your, which is exactly what you're doing right now, sir, y'all should have been listening to Black Voices this entire time. Oh my, this is metal. Like Satan laughing spreads his wings. Hey, Black Sabbath, look what you've begot. Hey, Judas Priest, Motorhead, look where we ended up. Now when a white person is killed in the same form they've experienced for centuries, we are at end game. There is no going back. This is the beginning of the end if people continue to turn a blind eye. He's going to kill anyone who opposes him. Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton has killed at least a dozen people who not just opposed her, but her husband. This is the band you just heard. This is Reflections. I bet they're kind of good, but they're doing scary music. Listen to Black Voices. Listen to Islam. Enforcement. Borders should be open. Let everyone in. Massive variety of restaurants. There's Turkish and Somali and all kinds of restaurants. I know I'm a failure and you're correct. But it doesn't matter to me 'cause you're blind. I disagree. My entire life has been a waste of time for the same tricks in a different disguise. You're holding up notes. What a lame idea for a video. I crossed out. Okay, so Reflections and Turnstile. And by the way, folks at home, please don't say he stops talking about music at 17 minutes. I'm not talking about music. This is a microcosm of what's happening to the country. It's a microcosm of what's happening to young people's rotten brains. So it's a fun way to portray a massive pattern. Okay? It's a litmus test. But these bands that are ostracizing their friends for life, and it's not just famous bands. I got a baby monster who was like, yeah, this guy I've been playing with for 20 years just texted me and said, I'm with you, dude. If you can't see how evil this is, then we're done. And he goes, good. And then he told me the guy that told him for not hating ice took his wife's name. Now, it's one thing for your wife not to take your name. That's pretty bad. That's not as bad as you taking your wife's name. And then hyphenated name, let's put it in order. You taking your wife's name is the worst thing you could possibly do. Your wife just not doing anything, that's pretty bad. And I guess that's the same as the hyphenated name, right? Because your kid has to have a last name.
Yeah.
But what's your kid? So your kid's name is going to be your wife's name. That must be confusing to the dad. Like, as a dad, I'm happy I have 2 sons because McInnes will carry on. If I had 3 daughters, I would be bummed that my last name's dead. Be my brother carrying the torch. But so you're bummed out about that. You're like, I got 3 daughters. They're wonderful creatures. I love them to death. But there goes my name. And then, no. She married a faggot. So your name's going strong. So let's check in on who is hearing black voices. Hey, guys who kicked out your bandmates, this is your peers. She's called No Jessie Music, and she makes rockin' jams like this. Nice cunt. Is she 40? So uncomfortable with herself. Should have done a few shots or something first. Are you gonna get kicked out of here? Mr. Government! Wow. Here's another piece of totally gay piece of garbage that's exactly the same that Turnstile and Reflections support. Here we go. Get nice and close to the camera, please.
Iceman knocking door to door, unsure who he's looking for. He says, not to worry, citizens, I'm just looking for the miscreants.
Hey, that's my word.
Iceman,
it doesn't really rhyme.
My neighbor's house. Thanks the man who pointed her out. And when I try to film and shout, he pulls his mask over his eyes.
Yeah, because you threatened to kill his family.
On the line.
Is that male or female?
It's
a tough question.
It's Pat.
Yeah.
Unsure what he's there for. I say, son, I am a citizen.
Oh, yeah? You're a miscreant.
Of innocence.
These rhymes are a stretch.
Iceman knocks me to the ground. He says I should've watched my mouth. Freedom of speech is expensive now, and my card's just declined. Now
There's potential there for musical talent, by the way. I don't hate the voice. It sounds like that Australian girl that KEXP loves.
Oh, Courtney Barnett, maybe?
Courtney Barnett, yeah. Do you hear Courtney Barnett in there?
I should've watched my mouth when they came looking for
Okay, so you can... You're gay and boring, and you're lying, by the way. Here's a pro-ICE satire song. This is good, actually, and it's a really well-crafted song. Who's this
I've got
now?
6 unopened boxes from Amazon on my porch, and I open up my window.
Andy Milonakis?
Watch my neighbors get deported. Pull out my $1,000 iPhone. I can't report it, but I'll record it, and I'll upload it to TikTok because it makes me feel important. I vote blue every year. Look at how far we've gotten. I've got a $12 hand-delivered latte and my fridge gone rotten. I've got 10 streaming seasons of air quotes reality TV with contestants on an island whose only challenge is fidelity. I'm like Scooby-Doo looking for clues. Turns out this whole life is a mystery. I can't even prove what's 2 plus 2. Maybe this problem.
This problem is too big for me. Thank you.
I just put on my big dog pants. Now I'm learning a TikTok dance. I'm like Scooby-Doo if he wore shoes and he gave money to the enemy. Money to the enemy. Fuck, I am the enemy.
So I'm only 90% 90% sure that's a pro-ICE song, anti-protester song. I could be wrong. What did you think?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay. So anyway, that's the musical intros for the show here at 219. Paid protesters. I cannot say enough about James O'Keefe. 20 years ago this week, he noticed that we were talking about cultural appropriation in his school, and he thought it was. Laura Loomer, his buddy, she was inspired by this. She went out and tried to raise money for Hezbollah, and they said yes, just don't write Hezbollah on the forms. So he said, I find Lucky Charms very offensive as an Irish person. It degrades our culture and it enforces stereotypes. Like he them. He hoisted them on their own hard, and they didn't know what to say. And here we are 20 years later, and he's been ousted from his own company that he created, ousted for overspending, which goes back to what I was saying about BLM and 10%. Yes, he did. He took some private planes to go raise $15 million. But here he is catching an organization who gets paid by you and I to tell you and I to. I got 2 + 2 and do, and that this problem is too big for me.
This other protester we secretly recorded talks about an organization called Make the Road New York. We've never heard of this organization, but apparently they have a budget of $30 million.
I mean, if you're interested in an immigrants' rights organization, you should look up Make the Road New York.
Make the Road New York?
Make the Road
But
New
who
York.
are you with?
I'm with the union.
Oh.
Yeah. SEIU, Service Employees International.
We looked at the tax returns of Make the Road New York and found they're a registered 501c3 that file a 990, and they received $16 million in grants. We are in the wrong business, everyone. Can you imagine what Nick Shirley could do with $16 million? Can you imagine what James O'Keefe could do with $16 million? The United States government is funding this.
Nick Shirley
We're
probably
36
spends 10
trillion in
grand.
debt, or are we
10 grand.
36 trillion in fraud?
Amazing. They told him to threw them in the garbage. And then they died, by the way. His story is much cooler than mine. Vice took 15 years to die after booting me out. But his company died within minutes. And the only scoops they had after they booted him was stuff he had been working on. So, still going strong. He'll be going forever. Did I ever tell you about the time I was at a housewarming party of his? And I overheard this guy saying that he was James's best friend from high school. So when he came around to me, he goes, hey, how do you know James? I go, I'm actually his best friend. And he goes, what? How long have you known him? Not that long, but we identify as best friends now. And he goes, I've known him since high school. I think he said he played football with him or something. And I'm like, meanwhile, now I want out of the joke. Like he's supposed to laugh, not go, So then he goes, no, I'm his best friend. Maybe they're both on the spectrum a little bit or something. That's why they get along. And I go, look, buddy, I don't know what to tell you. Okay? I haven't known him for very long, but I'm his best friend. You probably were his best friend. It's like, yeah, I think he said, like, that's. Scott Adams said this a long time ago. He goes, when you're at a party, don't start with jokes. They're esoteric and they're weird. They make people uncomfortable. Just say something nice about them, something that you both have in common, like the weather or something, and then you can slowly ease into jokes later on. I would prefer just to go right into jokes. If you're a unique individual and you don't want to waste your time with normies, start weird. Say you used to be 500 pounds. And then you see if the guy likes you. Like some dude, I just got some guy going, hey, you want to be on this guy's podcast? And I go, yeah, okay. He has more than 300 views per video. And they go, okay, I'll introduce you. So he sends up a dual text, and I just send him a picture of this naked fat lady going, hi. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
It's a great icebreaker because what you're really doing is you're saying, I'm going to start out at my most abrasive and unlikable, and if you if you like that, we're best friends. And if not, why waste time? It's sort of like when you meet new people in a bar and you go, and they go, he's the first ad hominem president we've ever had. I'm like, you're talking to a guy who got him elected. I'm his biggest fan. And then they get all weird. Okay, here's a typical victim of Border Patrol. This girl, her parents just got here, and she's worried they're going to be deported. Oh my God, that's terrible. I mean, so you're a legal citizen, though. Yeah, but my parents, they're going to be. So you're an anchor baby? Okay, you seem pretty old. I am. Wait a minute. What's happening here with this victim? And what are her freckles? Are those tattooed on?
That's the new sort of thing, especially with like Hispanic girls. They have fake freckles.
Okay. They're trying to look white, by the way.
Yeah.
And her sort of blondish hair, that's very white. I need my
What happened to your
parents.
parents? I need them with me or I'll be homeless.
What happened to them?
No, nothing. They just immigrated here.
Illegally or legally?
Illegally.
When did they get here?
They got here in 1978.
Did she say 58 or 68?
78.
78.
I don't know. It was always illegal here. Yeah. Under Bill Clinton, they missed Bill Clinton when they could apply.
Pause. They missed Bill Clinton when they could apply. They came here same time I did, basically, 78, and they have done nothing about it. They've been illegal this entire. She takes an eyebrow pencil and just draws dots on her face and sticks steel through it. She's a moron.
Michoacán, Zitácuaro.
What?
One more time.
Michoacán, Zitácuaro.
Wow. Here's a fun moment on that. I think her name's Abby Phillips or something. Abby Phillip. She has a show called Unbelievably Useless Pieces of Left-Wing Garbage, talking to sane and rational baby monster types.
And it's not her, right?
Hi. How are you?
It's my new greeting. Really separates the wheat from the chaff, don't you think?
I would imagine so.
So this was a fun moment where they were talking about Don Lemon and his I love the whole journalism angle. I was just there reporting on it. No, you were terrorizing children and preventing people from worship.
The question is he a protester or a journalist? And the indictment obviously suggested that he posted himself at the main door. He prevented people from exiting, but ultimately
No, it does not say that.
The indictment
Pause.
says
It says
that.
Like, one thing I envy about the Negroes is the tribalism. There's no way she would be saying this about anyone, even a left-wing white person like, say, Chris Cuomo.
It doesn't say that. You're a liar.
So she's brave enough to fly in the face of logic to defend her brother man, Don Lemon. I mean, I guess it's also a CNN allegiance thing, even though he was fired from CNN, so he probably hates CNN.
Protesters did that. It names the other people. It did not say that Don did that.
Look, I just want to respond because you accused me of mischaracterizing the indictment. This is actually a quote from the indictment that Lemon posted himself at the main door of the church.
Pause. Now, she's going to prove that the indictment does say, that Don was involved and he wasn't just a journalist. This woman, what's her name? Philip? Something CNN? We got to get her name right. There's Lydia Moynihan. We have the right.
If I go back, it probably will say the name
No, it's the host.
of the host. I don't.
But anyway, so what you should do here is go, all right, well, it's my understanding that he didn't do that. It's unfortunate that the indictment says that. I was wrong. You're right, I'm wrong. Apology, Jeans. But they can't do that.
And some congregants and physically obstructed them as they tried to exit, challenging them with facts about U.S. immigration policy. So that is what the indictment says. I'm not stating whether I agree with that, but that's what the indictment says. So, look,
They also characterized him as intimidating a pastor who he was calmly interviewing. So I think we also have to, the characterization of him conducting journalism is also something to be questioned.
The question is he...
The characterization of him conducting journalism is also something that has to be questioned. I think that's what I'm doing. I'm questioning the allegation that he was... Oh, I guess you're questioning the question? These people always do that, by the way. These low IQ TV hosts, they end up saying, like, I think we have to understand that Ben Crump is here to criticize black Americans. And you're like, no, you said it backwards. What's her name? Click on the... I want to say Abby Phillip. Because we keep quoting this show.
Philip, yeah, it says Philip. Maybe Abby Phillip was right.
So just look up Lydia Moynihan Phillip at some point today. CNN.
Yeah, Abby Phillip.
Abby Phillip. Okay, she is the gift that keeps giving. I think she's neck and neck with The View. And Slavey Crockett is way long gone. Bye-bye. We may have already played this. This is the Drama Club guy doubling down. Oh, yeah. Let's click on that. Yeah, we've already played that. Have we?
We played at least one of this guy, but
no, we played him with and he goes, "The song has been sung." You don't need to be on. Pause.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just, on the off chance that we haven't done this, look at his knives in the shot. I'm gonna throw these at your head. He was soundly ridiculed for his theater kid thing where he was like, I have of late, but wherefore I know not, lost all my mirth. And indeed it goes so heavily with my disposition that this goodly frame the earth seems to me a sterile promontory. It's a magnificent canopy, the air. Look you, this brave, overhanging firmament, this majestical roof fretted with golden fire. It appeareth nothing to me but a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors. What a piece of work is man! How noble in reason, how infinite in faculties, how like an angel in apprehension, how like a god! The beauty of the world, the paragon of animals. And yet, to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not me, nor woman neither. Nor woman neither. He did that, but with hey-oh music, and he ended it with "The song has been sung." So everyone laughed at him. You could delete your account. I wouldn't recommend doing that. I would say the best defense is good offense. So he does what I think anyone would do in this situation. Yeah, there he is.
This is the one I think we played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Click on that, though, in the middle.
People have been asking, when's the time?
Oh, eyebrows up. Let me think about this.
After today.
Yes? What's the word, boss? What should I do?
The song has been sung.
It's a done deal.
It's time.
All right. Can't talk. I'm on. It's time. It's time. So he's doubled down where I don't think you can show guns on most social media for some reason. So he's not showing guns, but he's also saying, I'm not a theater kid, little faggot. I'm a murderer. I might throw a knife at you. I might shoot you. I might just post a note on my fridge about killing you later. With a little magnet.
You really don't. This app right here is what's making us feel powerless. And now that I'm MAGA dickhead Rubberface owns this app, all of our videos are going to go absolutely nowhere. I know this one's going to go nowhere.
What does that mean, go nowhere?
So you know what I did yesterday? When I was feeling powerless, feeling alone, thought to myself, you know, I have things that make me feel a little bit safer. I should probably
Is that a
make
little
sure
phone alert? Beep,
all
beep.
of them are in proper working order.
That's not
Making
tough.
Sure all the actions cycle
You
smoothly.
fire breather.
I'm sure a lot of you know exactly what I'm talking about. But for those people that keep asking me, what do I do? We all know what to do. If you don't have these things, go out and get them. Some of them take a little while to get. They have a 7-day waiting period, and they sound like this.
Guess that's a handgun?
Some of the smaller ones sound like this.
Oh, that would be the handgun.
Some of those things sound like this.
Ooh, that sounds a little bigger. We're getting bigger now.
But you know, the easiest one to get.
Shotgun?
It's going to cost you the least amount of money.
Rifle?
That do a whole lot of different things. They're a very versatile tool. They sound like this.
Oh, that's got to be a shotgun, right?
You want to feel like you have at least a little bit of a chance? Because the tactics are changing soon.
What?
They're not retreating out of Minneapolis. They're
Shut up.
regrouping.
That's enough of that theater kid. They just watch too many. They're in the purge. Those. I saw some chick. She was like, hey, MAGA. Hey, maggots. You think the Constitution's going to protect you? The Second Amendment is for fighting the government, not your neighbor. You kill your neighbor, you're going to jail. We're not talking about lawyers and stuff. We don't think it's likely. We've already had our divorce. California and New York went to Florida and Texas. I don't know if you looked outside, but there's a lot of going into the Republican direction. That's the pattern of America. As far as street warfare, we've kind of left that up to you. We're the Proud Boys. There must be ice because my enemies are all congregate. No, Proud Boys are drinking beer and laughing and having their private meetups. Everyone else is just moving to Republican states and abandoning your stupid ass. But say hypothetically, your stupid, silly zombie movie was to become real, you would be dead. I'm the biggest loser in the world when it comes to knowledge of guns, and I'm armed to the teeth. And I can blow your head off. So actual rednecks, actual blue-collar dudes, retired cops, a year. And there's no need to talk about the Constitution and lawyers because we're talking about Armageddon here.
So if you enjoyed that clip,
then subscribe to Compound Censored using this promo code.